So I got this straightened out a little bit, the edges and stuff. You can see the high spots in there. I have to file all those down. So yeah, a little better shape. There's a little bit of low. I have to file that off as well. But yeah, you can see all the silicone and stuff whenever it was pulled off, and they just gooped it in to try and seal it, which obviously never worked. So this piece a little worse. I mean, these bits I'm not worried about, even though it looks like pretty big. I think confident I can fix those. But it's like stuff like this where it gets wider here from somebody yanking on it, where it's buckled inside. So I think that's just going to be harder to get the shape back. These bits will be alright. So try and get this taken out first, see how it goes. Alright, so it's slow going, but this was the big piece that was buckled, so I've just been hammering out and then filing it, and then when I find a low, hammering that back up and just slowly going through it. I don't think it's ever going to come out awesome, but it should be better than my paint job at least. Alright, so I got the grills all cleaned, all these out, and scruffed them up and reprimed and painted them, and cleaned up all the trim and everything, buffed it. It took a while. There's 120 something of these holes per grill. Of course I counted it while I was cleaning them out. So I think those look pretty good. So I'm getting ready to put those in. And got the rear window in and the trim in. Oh, it looks pretty good. I spent a lot of time trying to straighten this trim out because it was really messed up. Like every point where there was a clip on it was buckled, and it had a few kinks on it. It's not amazing. I mean, I kind of just ended up giving up on it as far as how much work I was going to put in it. You can see some ripples and stuff in it, but it was the best part of the weekend on it. So for now I'm going to live with it, and then if I decide that it really bothers me, I can put some reproduction stuff in, but of course I don't know how well the repro stuff fits. So for now it's more than acceptable. And hopefully you notice it while I'm doing donuts. So I'm running down the windshield now, which may come this week or maybe forever. Take another 3 months. And the grills are in. Paint turned up pretty good. Didn't have to do much. There's some tiny pitting on this, but I can live with it. I don't think you can get new ones, and it's not worth sending them out for chrome. So that's it. So maybe I'm going to try and send my bumper off for chrome next week as well. All I ended up doing with the front one was welding up the bumper jack holes and stuff, so it's still got the holes for the carriage bolts and that. What are we on today? It's hot as balls. Working on some fan wiring. It's too hot for you, huh, bud? You gotta go back to Japan, getting that snow. I got all the fans routed to the controller and stuff, and now I'm just gonna tidy them up. I got the lengths right, so I'm gonna open up the box, and I got some of this crappy stuff. I was trying to figure out how most people route this electric fan stuff. Maybe they run it longer and down the bottom or whatever, but I think if I loom it up, it should be fine. Shouldn't be too much of an eyesore. Anyway, so that's kind of what I'm doing. Slow going. The windshield got delayed again this week. They're supposed to be here this week, and now they said next week, so, you know, as always, takes forever. So maybe next week, so maybe I'll have the front windshield in next weekend, which would be nice. So if I can do that, that'll be good. The second windshield turned up. I can't remember if I got footage of the last one, but it was broken. So another couple of weeks later, I got this one now. So that's good. So I'm going to polish up the front trim and get that ready, and try and sit the windshield in. All right, what's up, guys? It's been a while. I've been still working on the car, just little bits and pieces, just nothing exciting worth videoing. But windshield's in, reused all my old trim, polished it up. Came out pretty good. It's a bit fingerprinty and stuff, but I'm totally fine with that versus having to buy new stuff that doesn't fit and costs a fortune. So I think that's pretty sick. So been nice that it's all sealed up in here now, and just kind of been getting crazy with gauges. Sort of got everything loomed up, figured out for some of them anyway. Next I got my AFR in here, which it's gonna be fun. I mean, I don't really need the thing, but I've always wanted to try and tune a car with one. So, and my collectors and stuff that I put on those headers I made have the bung, so I intended to do that. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. I get some of these more wired in and keep you guys posted. All right, cheers. All right, I got these common ground or power strips. I looked everywhere for some ones that are smaller or something, but I had a really hard time finding any that were actually decent quality that were any smaller than this. So I'm going to use these to feed all my gauges. So I'm going to run power, dimmer, and ground. So this I'm just going to run a strap through the firewall to the bell housing, and then I've already got my power and my ground wires in my harness, but it's only one wire. So instead of having a big glob of stuff, I'm going to run all the gauges along here. I was trying to find a good spot for it, thinking about it's up out of the way. I think I'm actually going to do some nut certs up on the heater core and then sit it up there. I think it should be pretty neat. So I just made these plates, so I'm going to get the heater core drilled out and put the nut certs in. Well, the heater core, the blower housing, I should say. I think I was a little concerned about putting holes in the back of that thing, but it's not like it doesn't leak from everything else anyway, so I think it'll be fine. And then I got some little rubber isolators like I did for the fan controller. So I'll bring you guys along. Cheers. Okay, so I got the plate all test fitted. These nut certs, I love these things. I'm going to mount it up on the heater core and check all the fitment, and then I'll take it back out and scuff it up and paint it. So just so this doesn't flash rust. But I think it's going to be pretty neat. Again, I wish I could have got something a little smaller, but that's what I got. All right, cheers. What are you doing today, bud? It's nice and hot, huh? We are wiring more and more. I'm just sort of finishing up the tail ends of all the gauges. I've got everything in now, so and everything's sort of routed for the senders and stuff to the engine bay. So now I've just got to make up all the connections for the distribution blocks and just going through one at a time and throwing some heat shrink on and doing that. And so it takes a while, but we'll get there, and then that's kind of that whole thing compartmentalized and done. So it's nice and warm in here. That makes that like 113 or something. Pretty good. Been working away. Just more wiring and stuff. Closed down the pooch a couple times. He's not digging the heat. What do we got? Can't remember where I left off. Oh, got that one tail lamp in, of course, because I got, I can't remember if I show you, but they turned up, and super nice of them to send me 2 right-hand sides. So I can only get the one side of it, but anyway. Looks cool. Let's see. Yeah, just working on looming up all the DM, ground, and power for all the gauges, and then running them up to that block. And I think I showed you all that stuff, but getting there. But oh, this looks pretty cool. So kind of neat. If I can get all that buttoned up, I got this weekend off. Other than it being freaking hot. My goal by Monday will be to have this completely done, other than my sender, my speedo sender for the transmission, because that's electric, so I still got to get that. I got my battery cables, so probably make those up and get those wired to the starter and stuff. And that'll be a pretty neat weekend, because then I'm kind of making some progress. Hey guys, it's Sunday. It's another hot day. Well, it's about 110 in here, I think. Just sort of chilling out. I got a couple little things to do on it. I haven't done many updates and everything for a while. I got a bunch of stuff that I just haven't had a chance to put together, so I'll probably just string that together after this bit, so at least you can see what I have been doing. mostly just wiring and stuff, but at least it's a little bit of progress. I've been working so much, and I'm doing some stuff on Saturdays now as well. So I'm down to just working on the car on Sundays, so it has been a little slow, but it's still progress. So I'm just trying to take a break and hang out. I used to give myself such a hard time if I didn't get, you know, a certain amount of stuff done every weekend, but it's sort of, I think I'm starting to appreciate just sitting out here and looking at it. So I'm gonna hang out for a little bit longer and then drink this giant margarita, and then maybe I'll do a couple things, but more importantly, just trying to enjoy my Sunday. Hey, bud. Yeah, he's feeling the heat too. Keish? What? Hi. All right, cheers, guys. So anyway, this is just a little catch up on where I'm at. What are you doing, bud? Lots of stuff done. All the gloss is in, all the trims on. I can't remember how far I brought with all that. Really stoked with all that stuff. Everything's done. The engine bay, it's all wired. The starter cranks, everything works. Just have to wire the fans. That battery's a temporary battery. I'll be using a side post battery, so that's the only thing there that's not really meant to be there. I still have to mount my fan probe in the radiator. Hopefully I'll do that this week. A couple little things, but really close. I mean, if I put fuel in it right now in the car, it'd probably light off, so I'm pretty excited.